What's up, everybody? Welcome to Croqueta Chat. I'm Louis with Team Miami.
Michelle, Team Miami.
I'm kind of Team Miami. I'm being referred to as some guy called Mike. So I am some guy Mike, right?
Hey, some guy called Mike.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Mike. I'm actually Michelle's brother, and I'm a producer. So that's why you see all the fancy graphics. That's why you see all those sound effects and all that kind of stuff. That's me.
Give up a hand for Michael. I mean, some guy named Mike.
Some guy named Mike. We've increased our budget, everybody. We got sound effects. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, let's start with the Croqueta chat.
Yes. Yes, today we have a special guest. We have croquetas, baby. What's up? Once again, people that don't know, croquetas, a Cuban pastry.
For all.
Very common here in Miami. It's a crunchy outside, breaded and fried. On the inside, it's a ham delight. It's best with sprinkle a little bit of lime.
A lime, yes.
So, croqueta, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, and for those who don't know, cheers. I actually hate croqueta.
Shut up. Hey,
Bite it.
You're fired.
See how you feel.
You're fired.
It's okay. It's okay. No, these are great. I don't know. It's just a ham. I can't eat a hot dog.
Have you ever put lime on it?
No, I haven't. Maybe I should try it with lime.
It's delicious. Save it to the side. Finish it off with lime.
Yeah, I'll put it on the side.
And in Miami, you chase it with a Cuban coffee shot, which is pretty much, in one little thing of these, it's like 4 or 5 cans of Red Bull. No big deal.
No, that's fine.
All right, let's get it started, Mike. What we want to talk about?
Before we get started, mine is a little fancy. I like to make, fancy drinks. So here's my latte.
Sorry, Starbucks.
All right, we'll start it off. Some news. We're gonna do some housekeeping before we get started with the episode. We're actually going to be moving the channel, Croqueta Chat. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same videos, same content. However, instead of being in YouTube's Croqueta Chat branded channel, we're actually going to be moving the content over to Michelle and Lewis's channel, only because they have a leverage. We're trying to leverage the subscribers that they currently have. Right? They've got some cool videos on there. If you guys want to check them out, you guys should check them out.
I think our most watched video recently was our wedding video, me being Pitbull.
Yeah.
Yeah, recently we had a lot of views on that, so.
Everybody was asking Louis if Pitbull was going to be in our wedding because I danced for Pitbull for a lot of years, and he was like...
didn't we talk about that episode 0?
I don't think so, did we?
We did. Episode 0, we talked about it, yeah.
Well, if you guys haven't heard it, basically, long story short...
I was Pitbull at the wedding.
He was Pitbull at the wedding.
And you can see the video now. It's on Michelle and Lewis's channel. Just go back into the channel playlist and you'll be able to see it.
Boom.
It's great. All right. Next, we want to talk about... we're going to also try to make this more consistent. We're going to try to record this on Thursday mornings and try to get it out to you as fast as possible. Hopefully Thursday afternoons so you guys can get the content ASAP.
Yes.
Thanks to my beautiful brother, Mike.
Thank you. Some guy called Mike. All right. Next up, we want to talk about... Louis got verified.
I love this topic. Yes, catch me on Instagram with my little blue check. I'm so sorry, babe, you don't got one yet.
And if you see, I actually made graphics already. There is a little blue check next to Lewis's name.
Yes. I love it. Oh, but Michelle has more followers. I don't care. I'm verified. She's not. I love it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of happy he got verified first because he's having so much joy out of it. The only thing I do hate is everything he does. He's like, "Can you clean my plate because I'm verified?" That's what I hate.
Big deal, Michelle.
But is this some kind of record? Because I think he got verified with the lowest number of followers.
I made Instagram history. Yes, I am verified with the least amount of followers. Put it in the Guinness Book, baby.
He also made a live with the smallest amount of followers.
5 people live. Nah, I had like 20 max.
I know.
They love me.
I love you too.
You know,
Congratulations,
everybody's
Zoe.
got family. It's okay.
You deserve
I love
it.
All right, next up, house cleaning. This is a mega leg week.
Yes.
So it's actually double the detours.
Double the roadblocks, double the pain, baby. And
love
Mike, it's weird because a lot of people are mad because, oh, they said non-elimination legs. I guess I get the viewer of them being upset because it's a non-elimination week. And they want to see an elimination every week. I get it. But for us, they didn't lie to us and say it's a no non-eliminations.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah. It's still a non-elimination season.
Yeah.
It's just they have to have their 12 episodes. They got to make money. They have to have more content out there.
We
Let's
had a
come in-
really long day, basically. That's what it was.
So let's come in it from Devil's Advocate, CBS point of view, right?
Yeah.
So the Amazing Race, they told you up front before the race started, there are no non-elimination legs.
Yes.
I guess what they're trying to do is they're trying to put you in that mindset of this has always got to count. You got to give it all every single time. You're not trying to guess, oh, we went 2 elimination legs. Maybe this one's non-elimination. I could kind of like slack off and no, every single leg you're kind of giving it your all.
Exactly.
The challenge for a viewer then is I'm told there's no non-elimination legs. They didn't kind of explain that doesn't mean every episode you're not going to have someone kicked off, right? So technically week 3 there was nobody kicked off. It almost feels like a non-elimination leg, even though it wasn't for you guys and your experience in the show.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it. Yeah, for sure.
You nailed it.
It was just a really long ass day, which is, you guys won't probably understand it, but for us, it's more exhausting. You finish the 2 challenges that we had to for the day, and usually we stop and then we go. But no, there's no stopping. It's like you got to keep going. You're exhausted. You're tired. None of our challenges have been this long. Lewis's challenge was 2 hours. So imagine that, and then having to drive far, like another few hours, and then keep doing more challenges. It's like, that's where you start to see how much your body can give you, or your mind can give you, because it's like once you're tired, that's when stuff starts to go down, and how can you fight that?
Yeah, you saw in the preview, some teams are just breaking down, and it's tough, man. It was a long day. But yeah, Mike,
it makes for great TV, yeah.
Yeah, it makes for great TV, but overall, yeah, I get the viewer. There was no eliminations this week, but for us, if you see a Matt and you see Phil and you're last, you're done. You're done. So for us, it's still pressure.
Yeah, it is.
Pressure. Okay, cool. I mean, it is what it is. There's no way kind of around it.
Yeah.
How about question?
Yeah.
I think it was last season. Phil was in a bus, I think it was in London, and you had to go on the second, on the double decker, you had to go on the second story, and then he was there, and you guys kind of came in. I remember Lulu and Lala sitting there.
Yeah. I think that.
And then he said,
they got some tea.
Yeah, I think they were.
Oh, that's right. They got some tea. Yeah. And then he was like, "But your race isn't over yet. Here's your next clue." And then they had to keep going.
That's called a keep on racing leg.
Yeah.
A keep on racing leg.
Yeah.
Do you think that would have been interesting to do? No, because they told you it was a mega leg, right? So it was hard. It was kind of hard to.
Here's the thing, because when you see Phil, right, at the end, you're thinking that's it, right? But they didn't. All right, in our episode, obviously, there's no Phil halfway through, and they told us it was a mega leg from the beginning, right? So it's not a surprise that, and you're not going to see Phil, but pretty much when you're told it's a mega leg from the beginning, you're going through 2 cities, 4 challenges, and when you see Phil, that's it. So I guess there's when you see Phil, you're supposed to have some hope as a contestant, but not for us.
Yeah.
Lulu and Lala got that hope, and they continued on.
Got it. All right, cool. All right, enough about mega leg and
whether it's good or not.
Yeah, all good. We'll talk about that later. Another announcement, Lewis. I think if you can talk about maybe next week. We
Sure,
might have
if you
something
wanna-
special coming.
We might have a special guest.
Might.
We'll see.
We might have talked to a person and they said they wanted to be on the show.
Yeah, we'll see. There, yeah, and that's all. I think that's all we're gonna do.
Yep.
We're not making promises, but
Yes, we're saying this in the beginning to already get you for next episode. Because our episodes are so long, you guys maybe won't make it to the end. Our episodes have gotten shorter though.
Yeah.
they have. But you know what? You get verified, you get to add 5 more minutes to the show,
Hey.
so it's
Oh,
good.
there you go.
Yes, exactly. Make it 15.
We'll add 15. All right, let's start with the show. We'll start at the very beginning.
Let's do it.
Tell me about this experience right here.
Yes, that's exactly when I found out we were going to Italy. So we're on a bus to get on the airplane, and it feels like, by the way, guys, this is how we're gonna capture this. It's gonna be one take. You're gonna walk up, and I'm gonna yell where you guys are going, and go ahead and cheer, do however you feel. And I'm walking past Phil. He's like, he's like, oh, amazing race. And I'm like, looking back,
Lewis
I'm
is like slowing down.
like, where are we going? Like, I'm slowing down. I'm bumping into Glenda Lamumba. I'm like, where are you guys at? I'm trying to listen to Phil, and he goes, the boot, Italy! And you're like, yeah! So that's exactly when we found out we're going to Italy. That same spot.
They don't even tell you anything before. I'm guessing
no.
this is your day off, or is this you went and then you started racing right away?
Basically, after Austria, we had a bus back. After Austria, Innsbruck, we stayed there for the night. Next morning, we had a bus back to Germany, Munich. Flew to Italy, Florence.
No, we went straight after the challenges. After
Baby,
Austria.
we stayed.
Austria.
There was a hotel that we stayed at.
Really?
Yeah, it was a casino. It was a casino, and we stayed there for the night. And the next morning we left to Munich, and then from Munich we flew to Firenze, Florence, and then we stayed there for another night. So it was one day between legs, pretty much.
Got it. You guys were well rested, ready to go. It's a mega leg too.
Because I remember that being a casino, and I remember, oh man, Tim and Rex are eliminated. I bet you they're gonna go to the casino. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But did they tell you it was a mega leg day of, or did they tell you before? Because they're giving you quite a bit of rest.
Phil told us on the map ending in Austria. He
Got
told
it.
all the teams, double the detours, double the roadblocks, double the cities. That's going to be next leg. He actually forgot to tell us. And while we were resting, while we were getting water, he came backstage, from away from the mat. And he's like, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, mega leg, next leg.
Yeah. So what's your mindset then at that point?
Hydrate.
So the way we would do it was, and Lewis was great about this. I hated it because I have to use the bathroom right away when I drink water. But Lewis we had the little hydration packets. He would force me to drink water all day, the day before the race. So it was like hydrate, 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 hydrate. And then the morning of, if we needed it, we would drink like a little bit of coffee, but nothing else, because then we would have to go to the bathroom. So it was all a strategy.
Yeah, there were and it was funny because when we got to Florence, we were in a hotel, and I remember looking out the window to see how people drive, to see if they go like this, to see if they have a stick shift car.
I told him, I'm like...
And I'm looking at all the cars like, they're all stick shift.
They're all of them.
They're all one-handed. They're doing this. You can we're like on the 5th floor. We're like trying to use our I don't know how we saw it, but
we could see it because you would see both of their hands, and then it was a curve.
Yes,
so they would go,
yes. And I'm like, babe, I think we're driving stick shift this leg.
Yeah.
And we were right.
Here we go.
Oh, and then Phil at some point told us we were entering the danger zone, and we're
Yes.
like, danger zone. It has to be that we're doing.
When did he say that?
In the airport, probably.
Just to us?
Like, to the group of us. He was like, get ready.
Get ready.
The danger
You're going to
zone.
the danger zone. We're like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
The danger zone.
it means-
Auto zone.
Mega leg. Stick shift.
Stick shift.
Everything.
Mega leg.
Everything.
Oh, take that, contestants.
Oh, man. All right, let's go into Italy. Here's the first one of the detours was head of the class.
Yes.
We'll
I'm
get
sorry,
to
can
this,
I
we'll get to this in a
address
second.
something?
Yeah,
Can I address something real quick? Because I've been seeing so many comments about this everywhere. People are like, why don't people learn how to read maps and drive stick shift before coming on the race? Everybody does. Everybody knows it. Yes, everybody practices reading maps, driving stick, but you're in a show where you don't drive stick normally. Yes, you practice. Yes, you did.
Okay, so I want to talk about that then, right? Because
okay,
that's
the first part.
We're gonna get there in just a second. Well, let's get here. You guys open the clue. you guys booked it. Like you guys, look, Michelle doesn't even have like the clue out. She's like, running down. What was your strategy? Like you see Derek and Claire there.
We want to have the first car. We want to have control of that little caterpillar. You saw it afterwards in the other teams. Some other teams got stuck, which made other teams fall back.
Because we were like, if someone doesn't know how to drive stick in front of us, we can't move. Because they were all lined up. But if we fuck up and we don't know how to drive stick, it's perfect because everyone's stuck behind us. Yeah. So we still have that advantage.
I told Michelle from the start, I'm like, I want to get that first car. That's our strategy.
Got it. So boom, you get the clue, you're running down the stairs right away. Now we can talk about stick shift. Yeah. Right? So everybody does ask, or everybody says, you know, it's the amazing race. You got to learn how to drive stick shift.
Go ahead and finish your thought, baby.
Yeah, okay. So try and get on a race, racing for $1 million. The pressure, the sleep, because you don't sleep being on a race like this. All of that stuff, you're tired. All this stuff, you're competing against people, your places before. And then you get into a car and it's stressful. I wasn't driving stick. I practice. But it's stressful. And there's people crossing the streets all the time. And it's not something you do common. It's like trying to learn how to play, I don't know, a new sport for the first time. What? You're automatically going to be LeBron James because you practiced a few times?
While racing for $1 million.
Yes.
Exactly.
So here are my thoughts about everything. Yes, I think the most common tweets was, how do you go on an amazing race and not know how to drive stick? All right, so let's, first of all, when you are applying for the race, you don't get a yes. You don't get a yes until, don't kick the tripod.
Sorry.
You don't get a yes until 3 weeks before. So ask yourselves this, would you invest a lot of money in buying a car, stick lessons, renting a stick shift car before that? Up to you. Depends on your budget, depends on your lifestyle, right? 3 weeks before, 3 weeks before the actual race, we got the yes, all right? And then that's when teams go in. If you're most people in, like growing up now, they don't drive stick, Mike. Like that's hard. That's a hard. You don't see that anymore. So for somebody to learn how to drive stick in 3 weeks, yes, you'll be proficient at it, but you're not going to be perfect. All right. Now, in my case, we rented 2 stick shift cars for 3 days, and I've driven stick before. I never had a stick shift car. I've driven stick back when I was 17. All my friends were drunk at a party. My friend, I drove him home because I was sober. He had a stick shift car. I learned the hard way. I actually drove it great, right? That's how, you know, and I've never really driven stick. Maybe I had my brother-in-law teach me one time, completely messed up his car, you know? But anyways, so I practiced. I felt good.
He was driving great.
Yeah, no, I felt great. Now, there are 2 different things here. There's not knowing how to drive stick and not knowing how to reverse certain stick shift cars.
Before we get into this topic, this is hilarious because when we were talking like outside of this show, we were talking about stick shift, and he's like, "How would you go and revert?" And like, I think it's awesome because I had this experience when I was younger, when I was in college, that I worked in valet parking, right?
Yeah, so
it's awesome, but it's not at the same time because I didn't have stick experience when I started doing it, and so my first car, I was working at the Ritz-Carlton Miami Beach, right? And so my first car comes in and it's stick shift, and you know the ramp supervisor is like, Mike, you're up. And I get in the car, and I know how to do it theoretically, right? So what happens, what you see on the show, right? You just like, you clutch, you go into first, and if you don't do the letting go and pushing the gas at the right rate, it stalls on you. It just stalls on you. And so I stalled twice, and he's like, you need some help, buddy? And I'm like, no, I'm good. I ended up getting to the garage, and then when I was in the garage, I did like 10 laps around the little garage. Just like to practice.
With somebody else's car?
With somebody else's car. And I reversed, and I went out, and I reversed. All right. I know how to drive stick. But the thing about valet parking that's great is that I got to drive a whole variety of stick shift cars, right? Yeah. So when you were telling me, how would you go in reverse? Mike, how do you... And it's like, some of them have the reverse all the way to the left. Some of them have them on the right. Some of them have them, you push down and you do a reverse. Some of them have them a little thing where you have to pull it up, and then you have the ring, and then you're in reverse. And so I drove so many different kind of cars that I was like, Louis, how could you not get a reverse? What are you doing? What are
Yeah,
you
of course.
And exactly.
No, and then
every-
all those people who are at home who don't even know how to drive stick.
It's okay, babe. It's okay. Whatever. You know what? There's always gonna be. That's fine. Whatever.
It's hard. It's hard.
But yes. But my problem was an easily fixable problem. You know what we did? I literally, in between, right before the cheese, we finished the cheese, and I go some dude in the street, hey, how do you reverse this car? He goes, what? Get in. He showed me, he gets in, he goes, sir, you push down, and you go, oh, you push down, thank you, get out.
Get out of the car.
Problem fixed. All right? As you see, like that was it. Obviously, like, I'm gonna get a lot of shit for it. I'm gonna get, certain people want to crown me the worst stick shift driver on the episode. Whatever, dude. I don't care. It's all good. It's all good. I'll take it.
Well, I guess there's multiple crowns, right? Because Glenda had a couple hiccups. Emily and Molly had a couple hiccups.
Everybody, dude, but it happens. And the Amazing Race, you're not gonna drive stick perfectly. People want people to drive stick perfectly, but you don't. You have to drive stick proficiently enough to get you from point A to point B. Will and James, they couldn't get up the garage ramp.
That's right.
They won their season. So it's all good. You have to drive stick sufficiently.
And of course,
Whatever word
it's
you wanna
TV.
use.
So are they going to be like, look how perfectly this person's driving stick?
No, they're gonna show all the hiccups.
No, they're going to
Okay,
show
how about another question? Does Michelle know how to drive stick shift? Because Lewis is
did-
driving all the cars all the time.
She never drove in the street.
I did practice. I drove in a busy parking lot. I did.
But I'm saying, did
That
you
was not a busy
drive?
parking lot.
It was.
Did you drive in the race?
It was a Sunday in a university.
No.
In a university parking
We
lot.
practiced in your nephew's baseball game with all the kids crossing. And I stalled, but I finally got it. I got better. I actually think once you get into the street and the highways, it's easier because you can stay on a
Super
certain
easy. Once
shift.
you're moving, it's easy.
So yes, I did practice because there have been
I forgot about that.
There have been previous challenges in past years where there was a challenge where they had to
Both
switch.
of them had to drive it. It was a challenge. They both had to drive a stick through.
Got it. But so in this leg, only episode 3. Don't go into episode 4. Michelle, you never drove.
In this, like, no.
No. Okay, got it. Cool. I just find it hilarious, right? Because it's like,
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Look, it was funny, dude. And overall, people, I told, how can you make her push? I'm not gonna get out, put her in a park, get out, have her get in the driver's seat, put her, she's, I'm not sure if she's gonna be able to put her in neutral because it wasn't great, her driving stick when we did, and then push it out. She has to press the brake, go, okay, now switch again. No, bro, she's strong, dude.
I loved that he made
She's
me.
strong, bro. Get out, push, man. Come on, you got this.
Yeah.
Woo!
And what did I do? I pushed the car.
That's it. Get back in.
I'm a girl.
Out.
I work out. I squat. I can push
That's
the car.
right. That's my
right.
baby.
that's right. But you could have opened the door and done a leg too, kind of help out, This-
Bro, why? She had it. She had it,
No,
bro.
I had it.
Fuerte.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
By the
All
way,
right.
Michael, random fun fact. I brought my notebook out just to see notes that I had written.
Yeah.
We got 40 euros for this leg.
Oh,
Just
40
in case
euros.
for
Got
anything,
it.
Yeah. Just a random fun fact.
Did you? So this is 40 euros for the whole mega leg, not just
For
this
whole
episode.
mega leg, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. So and this leg specifically halfway through, you used up some of the money.
Yes, because there was tolls and stuff. But I guess we'll talk about that next week.
Got it. All right. You park.
And then-
How fast did you guys? Is there anything else? Is there anything else you want to say?
One more thing, because I think you have the cheese right there, right?
Yeah.
When we got the clue, Lewis, because
What?
when we got to the place for the clue, it wasn't easy to find.
No.
What?
Let's rewind. Let's go step by step.
Yeah, you already reversed.
No, yeah. Then we go to the
That's what I'm
article.
talking about.
Oh, you're talking
Yeah,
about the
that's what we're
article.
going to talk about. Yeah, we're going
When
to
we
talk about
got
getting the clue.
There was other people there before us because they made that turn and we were reversing still. So Linton and Sharik and I think Will and Abby were there. But they couldn't find the place. They were inside. There was a basketball court. So they were running around the whole entire basketball court. And I'm like, I don't think that's it because it says head to Arco de la Manoncello.
So in our original clue, Mike, you see a lot, the main clue, right, of the Amazing Race. But you get additional notes. Those additional notes had exactly how to get to the arc of Melancello, whatever how you say it, right? And yeah, that's when we all parked. We all parked in the marked parking, and that's when we see them.
Yeah, and they're like running around the whole basketball court. We're like, we think it's in the arch, so we go find the arch.
So we go up the stairs just to see like what else is around there. And that's when we found the clue box. Yeah. And if you see, I don't want them to see us. So we're down like this. Like, get down. To the camera, get down. And that's when that's when we read the clue and we go, all right, we're doing big cheese.
Yeah.
You were yelling at the camera guys and the sound guy. You're like,
we were like, get down, please.
Big cheese.
Yeah. And then on the way back, there's a whole set of stairs. And I went,
bro, she fell
down my butt,
down her ass, like a slip and slide down the stairs. And Lynn, Sharik, and all the other teams are going up. Yeah. She's on her ass going down. I'm in front of her, and I look back at the camera. I'm like, first fall of the season.
Yeah, I fall, and I get up, and I'm like, I'm okay, let's go.
I thought for sure they were going to show that. Funny. There was like 3 different cameras.
There was 3 angles.
Looking at Michelle fall on her ass. And then they didn't put it. I was so mad.
Oh, man, that's great. So you got the clue. You guys got the clue. How fast did you decide? Anatomy? All right. How fast did you decide between doing head of the class or the big cheese?
I think we did it pretty fast. I think we chose big cheese. We automatically saw anatomy. And then I'll tell you where I talked. Later, I asked her, should we do the anatomy? But at first, it was big cheese, and we started rolling.
Yeah. We left right away.
And then pretty much, we get back in the car. We have to go to the Franklin D. Roosevelt parking spot. We found her right away. My driving so far, maybe I stalled once, but no big deal.
It was great.
You know,
and you guys read the clue that it said you had to drive to the location, right?
Yeah.
There was no questions. You weren't like, should we run? Should we not run? That was only Glenda and Lamamba.
That was only them. The clue says clear. Drive to your next location. You know, and dude, being in the race, man, it's like sometimes you read stuff and words don't process at times. You know, it's like, what the hell did I just read? Like, and you got to reread it. But, you know, I think we're getting better at that, reading over the clue. Once we get to, once we park in our marked parking spot, I'm thinking, oh, shit, I got to reverse out of here. So I have to ask somebody when I get back. But as we're running to Big Cheese, I'm looking over. I'm just like, babe, I know anatomy. Should we go do anatomy? And she's like, look, let's do the physical challenge. That's always been our forte. That's always been our strategy. Let's go do the physical challenge. All right, let's go do it.
Yeah, I just told him, I was like, I can't help you there. I haven't been in school for a while. I don't even practice all that. That's not in my head at all. So this is all you if you want to do this. I would rather do the cheese. And he was like, all right, if it's in Italian, we're screwed. So let's go do the cheese. And both of us, we feel like coming on this race, we think we would be strong for the strong task. Like, I'm pretty strong.
Physical task.
You pushed the car.
So yeah, we were always like, if there's any physical tasks, I feel like I'm strong enough to carry on my weight and help him out. And he's very strong, so.
So Big Cheese.
You're a firefighter, so you can push things.
Yep. And the cheese weighed 88 pounds.
Yeah, 88 pounds. There's the block of cheese there.
Yeah.
Here you guys have masks on now. Something that people were talking about. Yeah. Why are you wearing masks? Why are you guys wearing masks?
During this whole Amazing Race trip, in between legs, they're always mask on. And during legs, they say, look, if you approach people, have your mask on as well. Yeah. The streets were very crowded. Dude, we got COVID, we're done. Yeah. It was driving stick. There's bicyclists, people walking. I got it when Phil says, welcome to the danger zone, because you're driving stick in a busy ass city. And then, we decided to wear our mask because... And
I guess they told you, right? You guys get COVID, you guys are out of the race. Done. There's no ifs and or buts.
Done.
Yeah, and we would try, I mean, again, you're in the race, so we would try and remember to take it off while we were running. Like, he had to remind me a few times, like, Michelle, take it off, we're not near anybody. But then I had to remind him to put it on. I'm like, we're about to give over something, put it back on.
Even though all those extras are COVID tested, but they said just in case, you know?
Yeah.
So
and also, he got in trouble because he kept kissing the judges on the forehead.
I was
like, I don't want to get a penalty. Put your mask on.
So, Mike, the clue clearly states on both sides as well. You have to sit through an 8-minute class for head of the class, and if you get it wrong, you have to sit through it again. So that was also a reason why we head towards the Big Cheese. So the Big Cheese is pretty much 88 pounds. It says you have to find a cart. We have all these things in the additional notes. Find a cart, the addresses of where we got to take it, cut it in half, leave it in one place. I think it was a lot of running though, man. I want to say in that task alone, I want to say anywhere from 3 miles, maybe 3 miles. There and back, and you have to go back to the cheese guy.
Yeah.
And drop off the receipts there, and then
here's a still of the map. Well.
Yes. So yeah, we're just, you hear me. We went a little bit past it because we were on a certain street to make a right, but there was no way to make a right away. So we passed it a little bit. So we had to just come back and.
You guys just did a little loop de loop.
Yeah. Yeah, it was small. I think we got to the first spot pretty fast.
Look at my cute little cheese drawing. Can you see it? Oh no, I don't see it.
You gotta cover your face.
I am. Damn, never mind.
No, that's fine. You know what? Take a picture of it and I'll put it on. I'll put it on afterwards.
Makeup artists do this, no?
It's not
I told you.
There you go.
I told you.
That's my cheese and my Ducati.
See, I know how to do it because I'm verified.
Verified in the house. Oh man, this is great. I love this whole series, going from place to place to place. It seems a little crowded here, but there are some of the streets where I guess it was super
very crowded.
It was very crowded. I don't think they put the crowded parts.
They didn't. I don't know why. I'm guessing because there were so many faces, waivers. Yeah. But dude, I was partying the seas, and I was pulling the cart because I ran a little faster than her, and I'm running in front of her, and I'm pushing people out of the way, and I'm pulling the cart. There was also a lot of curbs. I saw Derek and Claire and Michael Marcus pushing, but going over a curb, that must have been difficult. For me, it's boom, like a luggage.
Yeah.
So I think my way was better, but hey, to each their own. But so I'm going in front, I'm pushing people. Mike, there was classrooms of students, like little second graders.
Lines,
I don't know where they were walking to. I'm pushing them like, move it, kid.
No,
just kidding. I didn't do that.
Excuse!
Oh my God, excuse! Bro, people are like looking back, and they're parting the seas, and I'm like 100 feet away because I'm so loud.
He's parting the seas, and I'm in the. He says like because he was running faster. No, I was trying to make sure he didn't drop the cheese. I was running behind him like this, like waiting for the cheese not to drop because I was like, if the cheese breaks, we might have to start over.
Yeah.
And then as he's screaming "excuse" and running, I'm in the back like, I'm sorry, thank you. I'm sorry, thank you.
That's funny.
That was awesome.
Grazie, Signore.
Yes. We got to each place pretty fast.
Yeah.
And then pretty much, got the 2 receipts, went back, had to drop off the cart, had to go to the main cheese guy, got our next clue, and we're second place.
I didn't know we were in second.
I knew we were up there.
Yeah, but I didn't know second. I was like, wow. That made me smile.
So did you really ask the cutters of the cheese, how do you say yay in Italian?
I sure did, but I do not remember saying that. We'll make a series after about all the weird things Michelle says because apparently I do this in my everyday life.
All the weird things we say.
Yeah.
All the weird things you guys say. And you don't remember their expression or their reaction? It looked like it was kind of like a stock shot of a group of them. But
yeah, it was a stock shot. Like our guy didn't have the cheese, and
I don't think
our guy was in that shot, and he didn't have anything in front.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, but funny. I don't think they answered anyway.
No, they didn't because you were like, no, nothing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, for sure, I said that.
That was funny.
So you guys are in second place. We'll talk about going to the next leg, to the next challenge.
Yes.
But talk about going to Ducati.
We got lost. That's fair.
We didn't get lost. We took the wrong highway.
Okay, so
same thing.
Last episode they had a clip of us getting lost, going the wrong way. That was, bro, bull crap. Because all we did was do a loop, and we came back around, did a U-turn, we're back on track. This time it was. I want to say it was lost. It was one of those lost, Mike, but it was. We knew where we were. We were just stuck. Yeah. So this is what happened. Any future racer out there, listen to me. If there's ever a more direct way to get to your location, right? Even though it might take a little longer for traffic, but if you could avoid the highway, avoid the highway. So, Mike, this is what we did. We had a GPS. We saw there that highway that you went got on a highway. You could get there like 5 minutes faster. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's take the highway. I'm getting there faster.
Our map runs out, so
yeah, we have no map.
We couldn't see. Like our map was only of the city center, and then like I led him to the highway, but I had no idea which way he could get onto the highway because the map doesn't show it.
Yes.
Got it.
So we have no map, but I used a dude's GPS. It looked kind of simple. All right, we wrote down turn by turn. Boom. All right. Here's the thing that happened. So we couldn't find first, but there was all right. So if we would have just taken the streets to Ducati, it would have been like, I forgot how much longer. It was more than 5 minutes, but it would have been longer. I wanted to take the highway. We got lost getting to the highway, right? And then
not to the highway. We got there straight to the highway, but it said A1. It was, let's say A1 or A, whatever. It's the A.
Yeah.
But there's no east or west or north or south in any of these highways. Like, it just says A1. That's it.
Yeah. So that's probably where they got the footage. We're going the wrong way. I think those are my most 5 used words on Amazing Race. We're going the wrong way. Or 6 words. Babe, we're going the wrong way. So it's funny. And then we got off. We went to a gas station. They have no map as this gas station. These guys... They almost didn't want to help us because all the cameras. It was really weird.
Yeah. Right.
But he did tell us how to get back on the highway and to what exit we have to get off to go to Ducati. Now, this is what happened. We're driving towards Ducati, and we're
going the right way.
We're going the right way now, and there's a split in the road, right? And we were like, shit, we have to go on the left lane. But there were cars. We were going pretty fast. And I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna crash.
I gotta Lewis, it's that way.
And I'm just like looking at my blind spot, cars everywhere. No. And then the turn was coming up, so I was just like, it's all good. We'll get off and we'll get back on.
But you have so much experience though. Like you live in Miami. This cutting people off is part of our blood, right?
Bro, if we would have crashed, dude, that would have been the race, bro.
No, of course.
So I want to play safe.
This is the worst part.
So this is the hardest part. Bro, we get stuck on this highway, right? A toll highway that there was no exits.
No.
I wanted to look how long it was.
No exits for I think
it was
8 miles, something
it was
like
13 kilometers or something like that, dude. So we get stuck going north 13 kilometers. We have to get back off, we have to pay the toll, get off, pay the toll to get back on. All right, and now we're back on this highway. It turns out, and then we're driving, and there's barricades on both sides. We are still in the toll expressway of the highway, right? You know how I-95 has the express lanes? We're still in the express lanes. There's barricades on both sides, walls on both sides, and we see our exit. Shit.
You can't get off.
No. So we can't get off.
We're stuck in the fast lane.
So we see exit 2. Boom. All right, we passed the exit. What do? Get off, get back on.
Pay the toll again.
And then we found exit 2. So yeah, Mike, we got it was lost. It was a loss, but we got lost, but whatever. We fixed it, but we were lost for like.
Luckily,
30
you guys found the first challenge very quickly. You guys were able to finish it quickly. You guys had a pretty good lead. That you guys came in. I mean, technically third, fourth, right? Because you, who was it? David and Aubrey came right with you, guys.
Quentin and Maddie.
Quentin and Maddie. Yeah. So, because that's right.
But you know what's crazy, Mike? So we see, when we're done with Cheese, we see Maddie and Q parking as we're leaving.
Yeah.
So when we saw, Maddie and Q were probably one of the last teams to get to that parking lot. So when we saw Maddie and Q at Ducati, we're like, bro, we're lost.
Yeah.
We're lost.
That's right, because they killed the challenge. You guys just didn't know.
We didn't know that, and we're like,
didn't know that.
They
like,
killed the
if they
detour.
did anatomy, and they're dancers, they probably took a while. Mind you, when you're lost for even 5 minutes, it feels like 30 minutes in the race. So it's
you can't judge. You guys don't even know.
Yeah.
You guys don't see any of the cars.
We thought we were back of the pack.
Yeah.
And then when Michelle pulls out, looks in the box and sees all those envelopes, and she goes, babe, we're fourth. We're like, holy shit. So, yes, dude, it was a relief that we were in fourth with, and Maddie and Q killed it. And we get there, Derek and Claire and the boys are there.
Yep.
And as I'm running with Q, and Q's like, Lewis, you want to work on this together? I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. Like, let's catch up to first place. But it was this challenge is very like on your own station. Like,
Yeah, and you guys were pretty far apart, right? It felt
it's
like
not one. Yeah, it's not one of those things where you could like stop and help a team, because I'm not gonna do that, man. I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing to help Q put on his tire. Nah, dude, I'm not gonna do that either.
Yeah.
There were some questions like Q asked me he asked me one quick question. I'm like, nah, Q, I forgot what the question was, and I told him what it
the
was,
order
and
of something, or doing this, or doing
something
that,
small, you know.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Like that's all how we could help each other.
So I'd like to nominate a new meme for the internet. Yeah. What is it? That's the Will I Am one, right? Where he's just like
righty tighty, lefty loosey.
But it could be for so much more, right?
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
Try to make believe that I can't drive stick.
We should make little gifts, like you going like this, me going like this.
Yeah. There's a lot of gifts we could make.
We gotta meme it up.
Gifts or gifs.
Okay.
So tell me about building the actual Ducati bike. You guys get the clue. Who wants to take a break? What's your first reaction?
We're in Ducati factories. Obviously, something with, motorcycles. Take a break. Automatically, I didn't even read into taking a break. Obviously, the break was spelled differently that time, but I was like, I'm doing it. Like, I barely, who wants to take a break? I'm doing it. Hold this.
Yeah, we were in the Ducati factory, so it was like, whatever, this guy's going to be so happy that he did that. Yeah, I'm going to give it to him. It could have been anything.
Yeah, the clue could have said, who's ready to put on makeup? I'll be like, I'm doing it. We're in a Ducati factory.
Makeup at the Ducati factory.
Yeah.
100%. Doesn't matter.
So basically you have to put on the tires, brake pads, and the panels of a Ducati motorcycle. The clue says first you have to put on the tires and the brake pads, and then after you have to ask for a check, and then afterwards you go to
the body panels.
Yeah. What else did the clue say? The clue says that you have two people over and over doing what you have to do. Those poor guys, man. They're such badass. They could have done, obviously they're mechanics. They did both challenges in like 20 minutes. And we're there for 2 hours. But yeah, so they're doing the same things. They're taking it off, putting it back on. Taking it off, putting it back on. That's all those dudes did for, dude, it must have been 6 hours they were total.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But what's tough is, my first thing I got to do is put on the bike, put on the tires, but the dude's already putting on the brakes. So I have to wait for his demonstration for him to put on the brakes, then take off the brakes,
and then
take off the tires, and then put on the tires. So it's all about like where they're at in their demo. And at first, both of them were doing tires and brakes. But as soon as Michael and Marcus finished tires and brakes, the dude on my left started putting on panels. So now you only got one person show you how to do the tires and the brakes. So that's why it was so long, because whatever part you were on, they weren't on that same part, so you got to wait.
Oh, so Michael had a nice advantage to that then, because he had both.
Absolutely, there's always an advantage getting there first.
Yeah,
I'm shocked that Michael picked a bike on the second row though, and not so much closer.
Like right in front of the guys showing the.
Like I picked my bike right in front of one of the dudes, and so it's less walking back and forth. And so then,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and no, that's.
So you've got 2 hours. It took you 2 hours to finish this roadblock, right?
Yeah.
What would you say is your ratio of finishing the first part to finishing the second part?
The first part took me much longer. I want to say if it was 2 hours, 1:15 for the first part.
An hour 15 for the first part.
Yeah. It was just so much more details. How do you put the brakes, the brackets? There's little washers. There are different sizes of screws. Oh wait, I'm getting to the brakes. The tires. You have to hammer in like the axle. You know, it's a lot of little things. So many little things, man, like to set this up. Very challenging. And then obviously how to rotate that tire at the end. There's a little clip there. You have to rotate the tire and then set a little clip, put a little clip in the back tire to properly install it. Dude, my thing was not moving, man. And I don't know about bikes. I've never ridden a bike before. But after a while, I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, why isn't it moving? I try to look over there, and it's still not moving. I try to press different things. And then I know, all right, there's gears back here. There's different size gears. All right, boom, a clutch. How do I put this in neutral? It's stuck in gear. So that's when I figured out, all right, where's the clutch? And I'm trying to think, how do you pop a clutch? And I remember like when my boys drove bikes, like this is a brake, but this was a clutch to change the gear. So you had to press that and then move a pedal to put it in neutral. But dude, it took me 20 minutes just to figure that out.
But a lot of people were having trouble with
everybody
that.
was, and you see from the cut.
I feel like Michael figured it out pretty fast,
right away.
But
Emily, I guess she pops wheelies every weekend because she figured that shit out. And yeah, there are teams.
what if she had a boyfriend that had a bike?
Maybe. Wow.
Listen,
hey, the crowd is laughing, but that wasn't that funny. I guess they're laughing that hard because I'm verified.
Yeah, exactly. They got to give you the validation.
I checked the time before. When we got there, I think Marcus had told me we got there like half an hour later. Not even too much because they started obviously before us, but like half an hour before us. Emily, I think, got there like 45 minutes after that.
So she must have killed. They did the whole thing in like an hour?
She did the fastest time out of everybody. Even the Michael.
David's a mechanic, a helicopter mechanic. But David's a helicopter mechanic.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
And he beat him like... And those panels, Mike, getting to the panels, there's so many different screws, and I had the wrong size screws. Maybe I overthunk it, but I saw different size screws, and I'm like, crap, I have the different size. So I had to undo things just to have it perfect. Maybe I should have left some screws in there. But yeah, Emily killed that roadblock, and she's leaving in second. Michael Marcus leaving first. Emily and Molly second, Aubrey and David third, and we're fourth.
Did you see the smile David had in his face? Like, he was alive when he saw this challenge.
That's the most airtime that guy's gotten all season.
He was smiling.
Well, I mean, we're not talking much about the other teams here, but David and Aubrey are getting aren't getting that much of an edit, right? They're just not. We're not seeing them.
People say we're not either.
Yeah, people.
And you know what? I think we have little funny moments here and there, but I guess we're just biased.
You know what? You guys get a lot of airtime on the promos,
right? They use us to promote every leg, but then we're not in the freaking episode.
We've also been. We also went from one of the last ones. We did get a little bit in the first, but. They usually show the back of the team.
That's
and
always
the front.
in Amazing Race history. They always show the first two teams and the last two teams. The middle teams barely get, and the middle teams get very little airtime, and that's what we've been, a middle of the team. We've been a middle of the pack team.
I feel like, and then that's why we got shown a little bit more with the cheese because we were towards the front of the pack at the moment.
Yeah, so are Glenda and Lamumba trying to game the system, right? They're at the front, and then they're like, no, if we're not in the front, we got to be at the back.
No, we can't be in the middle. We need more airtime. Hey, babe, let's get lost.
Let's get lost, you know? Is it?
That's a good one.
That's a good point, Mike. That's a good point.
I was looking on Reddit, and somebody has a count after every episode of how many times every team or every person has like on screen time.
Okay.
And Glenda is one of the top ones.
And who's the bottom?
Claire, you guys are kind of towards the bottom. I think David and Aubrey are more towards the bottom. Yeah, I think you got.
And
you know what? I'm gonna load it up. Right now. I'm gonna find out.
I think Will and Abby have not gotten enough time either, and they're awesome.
And it's tough because you have a big brother couple. You have Emily and Molly, who has an amazing story. Other episodes, you had Tim and Rex, Dom and Rich. Man, their personalities. They're different. They're a different couple. And all those polarizing different types of personalities are getting a lot of airtime, and it's understandable.
All right, so here I have the list. We've got at the very, very top. This is total between all three legs, right? Marcus has 15 and Michael has 15. Claire has 14 and Glenda has 14. Lamumba has 11. Then Molly has 10. Derek has 9. Emily has 9. Dom has 8. Rich has 7. Quentin has 6. Linton has 6. Sharik has 6. Aubrey has 5. Lewis has 5. Maddie has 5. Michelle has 4. The only guys below you is Will, David, and Abby. They have 4, 3, 3.
That makes sense. I mean, if you put promos in there, I'll be number 1.
Yeah, 100%. Or if you just, or if you do just promos, who's at the top there?
And that's right, we're getting to the mega leg. Double the detours, double the roadblocks, double the pain.
Love it. And that's it. It's to be continued.
That's it. To be continued. People didn't like it.
It feels as a viewer, right?
I get it.
It feels bad. It feels bad because it's just you pent up the whole leg, and it's just, oh man, what's happening? And people are going up, people are going down. What's happening to Glenda Lumumba? They're currently last. They haven't even finished. And Dom and Rich just finished. To be continued.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to the edit though. I really like that edit at the end. It was Lumumba just saying like, oh, and the teams start like trailing off, and then you see Lewis get the clue,
gone,
this,
gone.
that, and he's like,
You know,
and the
everybody starts
pressure's
moving.
on, and then something happened, and this is and like he was just saying stuff in his interview,
Yeah.
and they played all of that so nicely.
And then
I
in
really
the
like
last
that.
shot, you have Lumumba by himself in the detour, and it's a great shot. Like I think it's beautifully edited. I agree with Michelle, but obviously there's no eliminations. But
Yeah.
man, I think it was entertaining television. You sit
Yeah.
down at the end of the day to get entertained, and sometimes you don't get what you want. That's
And you know what? I
reality
guess it's
TV.
okay in some ways, right? Because we're only disappointed because we wanted more, because we were so
Yeah.
entertained, right? So it's kind of like,
And
But
to
it is
and
what
to
it
the
is.
viewer's defense, usually when they have a mega leg, it's usually a night where Amazing Race has 2 hours. So so they see an elimination usually at the end, you know?
right,
So
right.
I'm not gonna lie, for me as well, it felt short. Like out of all episodes, I was like, this felt like we were cut off. I looked at the time and I was like, how did the hour go by already? It
Yeah, it
felt
did.
really short.
I mean, it was very well edited and the pacing was really good that it felt so abrupt to finish.
Yeah.
All right, we wrapped up the episode, but now we got to grade you guys.
cool.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So the 3 topics for grading is navigation, challenges, and then communication. Well, let's start with the first one, navigation.
This was not a good leg of navigation. Overall,
See?
I say below a C. I think,
Really?
yeah. I mean, I
Let's
guess
let's kind of break it up a little bit, right? You have the navigation right at the front going to the first roadblock. I'm sorry, detour, right? So getting there, that was okay. That wasn't so bad, right?
Mhm.
But going then to
Oh, so the
Ducati.
detour was
perfect.
beautiful. Even so that Lewis was like, are we sure we're going the right way? I'm like, the parking's right there. Aw. Beautiful.
It's just so hard, man. We had no map. We're going by directions.
Yeah.
You know, and it was tough. So I say C minus.
Okay, I'll take a C minus.
I think it
Plus or C minus.
Because
You got-
we weren't lost technically.
We could have had second place,
We
man.
could have, yes. But we kept
But we still did it wrong, though.
I know, but
So
because we
it's
got
not
on one
good.
wrong highway.
Yeah, but that's not good. That's not good.
I said C
I-
minus.
I think D plus.
Yeah, in your defense, I think I would give you a C, and I'll tell you why. Because there's a couple navigational things in the challenges too that some people didn't have to deal with. Like the people who did anatomy, they don't have to deal with going through the worlds, and you guys figured that out pretty good, right?
That's
You guys,
the challenge grade, not a navigation grade.
yeah, but I
That's
get you're
not
still
bad.
navigating through the
Yeah.
challenge.
Navigating
Okay.
is true.
You know what? Fine, I'll give it to you. We'll put that in the challenge. You guys got a D plus, C minus, C minus, D plus. Ready?
Okay.
C minus, D plus. There you go. All right. Going into challenges.
Yeah.
Big Cheese, Ducati. What do you guys think?
Big cheese. I think we
A.
nailed that. There was nothing that we could have done differently. Like we did really good with that. I think that's an A.
Oh, and I wanted to ask you a question that people were asking.
Yeah.
Did the cheese smell?
No, it had no smell. It
Okay.
actually looked fake to me. Like it looked like when he cut it open, I was like, oh, this is real cheese.
Did you get to try it?
Wait, maybe it did stink because he cut the cheese.
No. There we go.
Croqueta chat.
Give it up for Lewis, everyone.
I know it's not me. This is verified.
Give it up for Lewis.
Okay.
I can't with you, dude.
So I would say an
So
A.
Big Cheese was good. Big Cheese was A,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the second challenge, the Ducati. What do you think?
I do think I could have done it better. I'm not giving myself an A. I'm not giving myself a C. I think I did it faster than some teams there. B.
I would say a B.
Straight good. It wasn't average.
Yeah,
it wasn't
wasn't
amazing.
great,
it was
but,
just
yeah.
good.
I'm not Emily, you know. So.
All right. A plus over here. Communication. How do you guys feel like you communicated? You're in your third leg. You guys got the gist of it a little bit.
It was great. I think we had great communication. I think we're not fighting. We're not arguing. She was supportive with me. When we hit the wrong way, we were, you know, hey, look, it's okay. Look, we're gonna get off, get back on, and we're gonna be in this race. You know, we were supportive with each other. Got to locations together. I think communication was great.
Yeah,
Communication, teamwork.
Sometimes, like, it may look like I'm frustrated at him, and I'm like frustrated at the situation. So even if I make like a face of the reverse, it's not like towards him. It's more like like what are we gonna do? Like like what are we gonna do in this situation? But it was great. He was like, get out of the car. I was like, sure.
And she also, like, it's hard for her because she's in the back seat with no map. She has no map at all. So that must be tough for her, you know?
Yeah. All right.
Overall
So
communication. Why are we all blurry all of a sudden?
you gotta fix it.
Are they good?
All right.
There you go. So overall communication.
I think it's an A.
A.
Like there's nothing. We had.
There
no
was
hiccups.
was there any places where you guys could improve? Was there any opportunities where you guys feel like you could have communicated
In
better?
this leg, just getting we lost time getting from Big Cheese to Ducati. That was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
We could have been in there.
You know what? Let's
second place.
give you a minus for that then. So it'll be an A minus, just because maybe you could have said something 2 seconds earlier, and that would have been enough to save you some time.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that we learned from at that point was Lewis looked at the Google Maps. I didn't look at it, so I got lost. I knew what I had in the tourist map, and that's it. Like, I had nothing, and I'm not blaming him. It's just we didn't communicate to each other.
Strategy.
We didn't share what we looked, and I feel like that's in general. Like, even getting to a place, it shouldn't be all on me. It should be like, we got the directions, we put the map, and we both figure out a place together, how to get there, and then I get him there.
Yeah.
But like actually figuring out the path, like I feel like that's what we grew from that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back to the what we could improve, it was just that hiccup from Big Cheese to Ducati. Man, I think if we would have done that, we would have been right there with Michael and Marcus. And Michael was there for a long time.
He was there for a long
Like,
time.
I was
Yeah.
surprised he wasn't out of there sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know, we would have been first or second. getting
Marcus
out of
was
there.
too. Marcus was frustrated.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know if
it's
you
not
see
the end of
him.
the leg, though, so it doesn't count
Not
as an
over.
official
Yeah.
marking.
Yeah, but like you see him like going back on like his back and like frustrated.
Yeah, he
They're
was-
brothers,
he was
though. They're
very
gonna
I
be-
know. I
They're
know
not-
that. I
You're not
know.
gonna be the babe, let's go. It's like, yo, hurry up, man, let's go.
For sure.
Yo, dinner's ready. Get downstairs, fool.
Marcus was frustrated.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys overall a B. I'm going to give you a B. You guys did good this leg.
So what do we get? The rest of our croqueta?
You got the rest of your croqueta. You went from 5th to 4th. Not official, right? Because it's not the end of the leg, so we still don't know what you guys end this leg at. But
Yeah.
you're at 4th place. Could have been second.
Honey's like gagging back there. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, but if anybody lasted till the end of our podcast right now, I think they should vote whether if we get a bad score next week.
What to
Another
do?
What
another
to do.
punishment. All right, comment down below. What do you guys think should be the next punishment?
We could also
We're gonna
put it
ask
on
on Twitter. We're gonna
Instagram.
ask on Instagram.
If
We're
you're
gonna
still
ask.
listening, thank you. We're here for an hour already.
All right, guys. But
yeah.
verified. We're now verified. Well, not me, not Michelle.
You'll probably get verified before I do.
Probably. I'm gonna ask for one. Let's see what they say. Oh, that's great. All right, so we'll catch you guys in the next one. You guys, any comments? Where can we reach you, Michelle?
Michelle Burgos. Hello.
And me at the verified account of Mr. Luis Colon.
That's right.
On Instagram, Twitter, the Luis Colon. Not verified there yet, about to be verified soon.
Okay, you're close. You're close.
And that's it.
And if you guys want to reach out to me for any reason, I'm just some guy named Mike. My handle is at Mike J Burgos, and I am Michelle's brother, but just some guy there. It's okay.
Oh, now you're Michelle's brother because in middle school she was Michael's sister. Michelle, I heard in middle school Michelle didn't have a name. She was Mike's sister. But guess what, Mike? How the
Not anymore.
turntables.
How the turntables.
Well, actually, he should be called Lewis's brother-in-law because I'm not verified.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
So I'm some guy called Mike. I am Lewis's brother-in-law. All right. We will catch you in the next one. Later, guys.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate it.